I'm Jess Fox. I've spent my life chasing remarkable. In this series, I'm meeting the people doing the same. In business, in life, and in their communities. Mark Foster has spent his whole career so far at Grant Thornton, all 10 years of it, including 2 on secondment in Dublin. He's now a director leading their indirect tax team in Brisbane, building to partner and working toward one of the biggest moments his city will ever have, the 2032 Olympics. I wanted to know what it takes to grow into leadership at Grant Thornton. Mark, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Now, you've been at Grant Thornton for a decade, straight out of uni. You've been here your whole career. So what has kept you here?
Trust is really important to me, trust and loyalty. And if you're in the right place, I think it's important to give them your loyalty. And for me, it's that trust. So coming in as a young grad, I was given the trust to perform in my role, attend meetings, write advice, and really extend myself. But more importantly, it was trust around being able to pursue the things I really like to do that are important to me. At that time, it was playing footy. So being able to leave work early and go to training was something that I really valued because it allowed me to bring my whole self to work. And I really appreciated that the firm allowed me to do that, but then trusted me to still get my work done.
When there's that people first approach, you take into account the whole person and give them room to grow. You went to Ireland for a couple of years, and then when you came back, it sounds like a lot of your team had moved on and there was a lot of change. So what did you walk back into and what did you build from there?
Yeah, so it was around COVID. I didn't plan this, but I did a secondment to Ireland in the end of 2019. So I landed there and a few weeks later, COVID hit. So I did my 2 years there and had a great time, but during that time, obviously so much had changed. Our team, the firm, and specifically our Brisbane-based team members, there was about 5 of us before I left. And when I came back, I was suddenly the only one. So it was a really big change in stepping into, I've got to be more of a leader now. And I also have the power to help build this team to where we want to go. So for me, it was taking all the best parts of what was there, that empowerment and trust. So starting with a clean slate, taking the best things and really setting a high ambition and setting the bar even higher to grow.
Yeah, it sounds like you didn't inherit the culture. You got to build it and be part of that. So I want to hear a little bit more about your specialist practice, Indirect Tax. You describe it as being like the GP refers you to the specialist. So what does that mean for how you work?
Yeah, so we work in a bit of a unique space, being so niche. Like largely what I do is GST. And so we sit within specialist tax, which sits within tax, which sits obviously within the firm. So we generally are getting brought in by other partners and other teams when their clients need that specialist work. So it's all about relationships, right? And that's all about people and again, having that trust. And so really developing that trust with my colleagues, being able to prove to them and show them that we can be trusted with their clients to provide great service and provide great outcomes.
So you're leading a national specialty from Brisbane at a moment where that city is about to be on the world stage with Brisbane 2032 on the horizon. So what do the next few years look like for you and for the market that you're building?
Yeah, look, it's obviously a really exciting time. So much for the Brisbane city as a city and growing into the Olympics, but for us as a firm and specifically the Brisbane office and going for that market. So there's so much opportunity, so much visibility. It's about growing and really setting ourselves up to be taking advantage of that leading into the Olympics. But not only that, it's the growth and the opportunity that grows from that. And it's, great timing through me and my career as I'm progressing through to really try and harness that and take that momentum that the city's taken and build that momentum for myself.
I mean, it definitely starts now. We're 6 years out from the Olympics and the Paralympics, and we're on that runway. Yeah. There's so much growth, so much opportunity for the region, for the whole state. So I'm sure, being from the area, it's exciting for you, and you actually started playing footy on the Gold Coast.
Yes, correct.
You mentioned earlier that you used to leave work early to go to footy training. Now you've got a young child and you've got another one on the way, I believe. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So, taking in all of those extracurricular things you're doing and celebrating those for you and the way they help you in your work, what does that say about the place you work at and the way they value their team?
Yeah, it's so important. For me, the things we all do in our private life is what energizes us. It's the things we typically live for. So being able to be in a workplace that really empowers that is so important. It's so important for me here as an employee, but also for my team members. And look, it looked very different, 10 years ago when I was a young grad leaving, going and playing footy. And now it's that same flexibility and opportunity, but with my family. And to be a really present dad is super important to me. And if I didn't have that, I don't know if I would enjoy what I do, and I don't know what I would be able to bring to the table. So having that energy and having that trust and flexibility to really pursue what is important to me outside of work allows me to be the best at work.
So, Mark, we've asked everyone to bring in something that is meaningful to them. What have you brought today to show us?
I've got a little footy, which has a dual meaning. Obviously, early in my career, it was, something I really enjoyed doing and pursued outside of work and was allowed to do. But now it's got that meaning of my young family and taking this down and trying to teach my daughter how to kick and, spending that time with my family. And so for me, it represents that importance of that work-life balance and really empowering what you do outside of work to bring your whole self to work.
So, Mark, we like to end every interview with a simple but powerful question. What does remarkable look like for you in your role?
I think what's so important is obviously delivering for our clients and providing great outcomes. But for me, that's not the remarkable part. That should be our baseline. What's remarkable is empowering our people to be energized and bring their whole selves to work, allow them to pursue what's important to them outside of work. So when they're at work, they're really happy, they're enjoying what they do. And for me, that's remarkable in itself.
It sounds like, remarkable is not just the outcome. Remarkable is not the destination. It's about, the culture, the empowerment, and having good people means happy people, means great work and a great environment to thrive. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for being with us today.
Thanks, Jess.
You've just heard what remarkable looks like in their world. What does it look like in yours? Thanks for coming along. There are more journeys to meet, and I'll see you at the next one.